Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, the reluctant learner. When the errors are not what they seem. 20-mile line of sight. The user who restarted too much. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. The reluctant learner. I finally have a story to tell. I've been working in computer repair for almost a year now, but I've been fixing all my family's computer issues for almost 20 years. Printer issue? Funlam, can you fix the printer? Browser issue? Funlam, can you fix the browser? You get the idea, as most of you have been doing this for years as well. Correctors in our little play. $Linda, user, not their real name. $Funlam, that's me. $Boss, do I really need to explain this one? Linda calls our shop and asks for someone to come out and fix her printer/scanner issue she is having. She also wants my opinion on her setup to get a faster connection to the computer upstairs. I can do all those things, so I make an appointment. I get to her place and the fun begins. $Funlam, hi, I'm here to fix Dane Cable your computer issue. Linda, come on in. My scanner isn't sending what I scanned directly to email. The guy before you messed it all up. Funlam, we were here before. When was this? Linda, well, no, you guys. I had someone else over here, and they messed it all up. Now I want you to fix it. I already know this is going to be a problem. As you all know, there are two types of techs. Ones that know what they are Googling doing and ones that don't. My money is on the former, and that Linda just didn't like the way things were getting done. Funlam, so what is the issue with the scanner? Linda, it doesn't scan directly to my email. Funlamab, okay, let me grab a set and see what's going on. Where is the app you use to work your scanner? I don't know. F, you don't know what to use to scan from your printer? Let me check the printer. It's an HP, so I find the app from the macOS Launchpad. Is this it? Yes, that's it. I don't know why they moved it. I just haven't been able to scan without it. F, I'll just move it onto your dock so that you can find it easily. Now let me try and use it so I know that it works. I begin to use the app while she is watching. Mind you, I have never used this app before in my life. Why is it taking so long for you to figure out what you are doing? F, this is the first time I've ever used this app. I need to see what it does so I can fix your issue. Well, this is just ridiculous. You should know what you are doing. This is why I hate technology. I just get so impatient with these things. F, if you give me a few minutes we can figure this out. I poke around some more and get the scanner to work. Great, you got it to scan. Now email it. F, okay, let me try this share button and see if that will email it for you. Nope. It doesn't look like it's going to email from here. Are you sure this was the app you used to scan? Narrator, it wasn't. Well, it doesn't look the same. Why can't you just figure this out? F, I'll need to find the actual app you used to scan directly to email before we can continue. I think this might be it. Does this look more familiar? Yes, let's try that one. F, okay, here we go. It looks like it wants you to pick your printer/scanner. Then we will try scanning something. Wait, I can't find the scan button. Hold on. What do you mean? You just have to scan it. How long have you been fixing computers? Do you know what you are doing? F, 10 years, I know. If I said 8 months she would have thrown a fit. The reality is I've been fixing all computer for my household for 20 years. Sorry, not sorry. It looks like the skin button is hiding under the dock and it's not going to let us click it. Let me change the display settings. $L, I don't know what that means. Here is where I make the mistake of trying to educate her about the display and what is happening. $L, just fix it. $F, okay. I'm changing a few things around and there is the scan button. Now we can scan and try to email it. Scan, share, email, there it is. $L, well, this is just too much work. I used to be able to just hit one button and it would just email it. I'll have to learn how to do it this way, I guess. $F, this is the only other app one could find that will scan for you. If you could remember what you used before, we could work on that, but as far as I can see, this is it. $L, can you just show me how to do it this way? I'll write everything down so that I can do it when you are not here. This is where I show her what she needs to do. She writes everything down and practices in front of me, and she is getting pretty good at it. I take a look at her wireless setup and see that it is good. We go up to the other computer. I check its speed and see that it is set up right above the router, so she isn't going to need any other expensive equipment to get faster speeds up here, since it is literally right above the router that is downstairs. $L, alright, let me know how much I owe you. Thanks for your help. $F, it was 2 hours of work, so that will come out to nothing unreasonable. $L, here you go. She cuts me a check and I'm on my way back to the office. The rest of the day goes well, and I go home thinking I did a good job today. $Boss, you were right about Linda. You have to go check the messages. $Funlem, what happened? $Phone, you have one new message from Linda at 9:30 p.m. Hi, this is Linda. Funlam came to look at my computer, and it just seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. My computer is not working the way I want it to, and he made everything smaller on my screen. I want someone else to come out and fix my computer at no cost. I will be waiting for you call. $Boss, what did you do? $Funlam, I fixed her resolution because the app was displaying off the screen, so she wasn't able to hit the scan button. $Boss, sounds like she needs to call HP and let them know that they have a UI problem. That will take them about a year to fix. She sounds like she could be a headache. If you choose not to work with her, that is fine by me. $Funlam, thanks boss. When the errors are not what they seem. So I worked as a hardware engineer, and this happened about 3 years ago. Our company developed a tool I'll just call MIW, making it work, which was essentially a hardware emulator for real-life signals that are expected on a machine another company built. They used our MIWs to test their machines, and to make sure that they worked properly before shipping them off. The MIW was just a small aluminium box with a bunch of connectors, so nothing fancy. Part of my duties was assembling the MIWs and testing them with logic analyzers and oscilloscopes to make 100% sure that they are outputting the correct signals. I had to write a 4-ish page test certificate for every single module. Gladly, we only had to assemble about 20 a year. Then something strange happened. Ever more frequently, we got some of the MIW units sent back with a repair order, because according to the customer, they were not working. On the report, it always just stated no/wrong output. Okay, so I disassembled the units, measured some traces making sure there were no shorts, and then fully tested them, writing the full test certificate again. Interestingly enough, all MIWs were perfectly fine. After the 4th or 5th unit sent to us in a single month, we called the customer asking what that all was about, since every unit was perfectly fine and within the specs. We asked them to check their connection cables, reminded them of making sure to screw them all into the MIW during testing. Some of the connectors were the D-sub type ones, and they said to check it all. A week later, we get a package from them with another MIW stating the no/wrong output error along with all their connection cables. I was pretty grossed out when I saw them. The isolation was broken all over the place with the small copper wires showing through. Grease, dust and other grime covered everything, and after cleaning and testing the cables, I did continuity checks on them. I figured out that about 20% of the connections had loose contacts, and a few other ones were completely broken. I wonder why it even worked sometimes. So I rang up our customer, stated everything, and asked how to proceed from there on. Should I just repair the old cables, which I didn't recommend at all, or make new ones which could take a few weeks since we hadn't all the necessary parts stocked? They chose the much recommended option 2, and I ordered all parts, waited for their arrival, made some new ones, tested them, and wrote a full report over my findings. I made sure to include a copy of that report with the shipping to our customer, as well as a friendly reminder that if they ever have testing problems again, if the new cables look like the old ones, please send us them instead of the MIWs. We only had to repair one single MIW since then, but had to make 2 other cable sets. I don't know how they are treating the cables, but to be honest, I really don't want to know. 20-mile line of sight. Disclaimer: I am not a support technician. My parents happen to be the user in this story. Forgive me if any details are wrong. When I was in high school, my parents decided to build a new house. We lived in a century-old farmhouse, 5 miles from the nearest town, and had line-of-sight internet. The internet wasn't great, but it was enough for email and online classes. In order to build the new house, we bulldozed the old house and moved to a town about 20 miles away for a summer. My parents, knowing nothing about technology, took the router and sundry with them. They ended up putting the router in my second-floor bedroom window, because it was the only way they could get the Wi-Fi to work. Shortly after we moved, we noticed the internet quality and speed dropping. I was taking an online college course at the time, so we really needed to get it fixed. My mom called the line-of-sight internet provider and asked them to come check the router. They asked for an address. She gave it. When the technician arrived, he took one look at the router and said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you will be losing your internet service. Your little setup here has been dragging down our entire system and baffling our team. You can have your service back when you return to your original address." We used mobile data for the rest of the summer. The user who restarted too much. Today, one of my users had a problem with getting QuickBooks to open a company file over the network, so I went down to her desk. I have no clue what QuickBooks was having problems with, because I just clicked open and the QB login screen showed up. I started to leave. At this point, the user mentioned that she has been restarting her computer 3 or 4 times a day. I have problems getting some users to restart once a week. I asked her why. She said that it was because her dual monitors never came back up correctly when the computer went to sleep. One of them would always be blank, and the desktop icons would end up on the other monitor. In other words, standard Windows difficulties keeping track of a second display. She thought it was normal to have to restart a computer this often, because it was about 5 to 7 years old. I told her that no, it is not normal to have to reboot this often, regardless of PC age. I disabled automatic sleep to prevent this from happening in the future, and she was quite happy that she wouldn't have to restart so often. The real kicker? This is the first ever user I posted about on TFTS, the one who exited the start screen by restarting.